Welcome. We got it February 29th, talking about the Gogokid service fee rating. This beta test, or this test, is ending March 1st of 2021. Pretty exciting. We get to be. Hello, teachers. My name is Teacher Carly. I'm so excited you're here. Please welcome to my channel. Please, as usual, like and subscribe if you want to follow me along with my Gogokid journey. I've been part of the ESL community for the past 3-ish years, and I've loved my time here working at both VIPkid and Gogokid. What I want to talk to you about today is the email that we got on Saturday. We're March 2nd, and we got it February 29th, talking about the new raises. What they're being called is, I have notes over here, the Gogokid service fee rating adjustment. So just for time and for my sanity as well as yours, we're going to call them the raises that Gogokid is now pushing out starting February 29th of 2020 and ending this beta test, or this test is ending March 1st of 2021. So pretty exciting March 1st of 2020, ending February 28th of 2021. Pretty exciting we get to be a part of this, but if any of you were like me, reading through that explanation the first time was a little bit confusing, so I want to take some time to explain what I know about it after studying it for a while, and also talking to some of my fellow teachers to make sure we're all kind of on the same page. So before you go any further and you read through that document and I want to raise and you go ahead and apply, there's a couple of things you need to know. The first one being these raises. There's no way to get one of these raises until October 27th of 2020. The reason being is the first criteria is that you are at a level 5 for at least 300 days. We'll talk more about that later, but the new levels were put in place January 2nd of this year, and 300 days from January 2nd is October 27th. So those of you guys who are jumping and being like, I want to raise, and applying, it's not going to do any good until October. So cool your jets for a little bit and just realize that you have some time, and are also people that are nervous, you have some time to improve your scores, get some better feedback, stuff like that. Second thing to know: if you have not taught more than 1,200 classes, do not apply. It is one of they call it a compulsory condition. It is an compulsory condition, meaning it is non-negotiable. If you have not taught 1,200 classes, and those aren't canceled by you, those aren't teacher ITs, those are like as scheduled or student no-shows or system problem classes. If you have not taught 1,200 classes, don't apply for a raise because you will not receive it. Another thing, do not apply for a raise if you are not signing at least your 3rd contract. You can apply for the raise when you sign your 3rd contract, when you sign, or anything higher than that. So if you're only on contract number 1 or contract number 2, do not sign up for the raise. Do not apply for the raise. You won't get it. You have to be on your 3rd contract. If you're going to be hitting your 3rd contract in October, awesome job for you, or your 4th or your 5th or your 6th contract in October. That's going to be awesome for you because you, by that 300 days from January 2nd mark, you will be good to go. I think I'm on the 4th, 3rd or 4th. Reason to not apply is if you have a base pay of 10. Those of us, and I will include myself in that, who are lucky enough to have a base pay of 10 because we are hired super early by this wonderful company, first 100 here, we do not get to participate. If you have the highest base pay that they offer, you are not going to get that raise. So just be aware of that. So just again, don't apply till October. Don't apply unless you have more than 1,200 classes. Don't apply if you're on your less than your 3rd contract, and don't apply if you have a base pay of 10 because you will be denied. Those are just some of the rules. So let's talk about some of the qualifications. So now that you guys know that, the qualifications that they put in, and all of these have scores attached to them that add up to a total, and we'll talk about that total in just a sec. So first off, the first requirement has to do with your level. Once again, the levels were introduced the beginning of the year. and put into place January 2nd of 2020. Level 5 is the highest you can get, obviously 4, 3, 2, 1 following. They are based off of, we're still not quite sure, but we've noticed parent feedback has been a huge part of that, as well as the number of classes you teach. So you have to maintain a level 5 for more than 300 of the 320 days. So just to clarify, Gogokid will be looking at the past 320 days from the day that you submit your from the day that you sign up to receive a raise. You submit that sign up form. They are going to be looking back 320 days. Of those 320 days, 300 of them need to be at a level 5. Now, they did mention in the document that they do not have to be consecutive. So if you have 100 days at a level 5, and then you had like 2 days at a level 4, and then another 200 days at a level 5 again, that would be within those 320 days, and you would have at least 300 days at a level 5. So you would qualify for that part of the criteria. That is worth 40 points right there, to have days maintained in new credit score incentive level greater than or equal to 300 days. The next thing that we talked about before, so second thing, is that you must complete more than 1,200 classes. Non-negotiable. That is also worth 40 points towards earning that raise. And we'll talk about those points in a sec. You then also, oh, and really quick, those 1,200 points need to be as scheduled, student no-show, student IT, student cancellation, or system IT. They cannot be like a teacher no-show. They cannot be a teacher cancellation, anything like that, okay? You then, 3, you have to have more than 600 scheduled peak time classes. Now, 1,200 regular scheduled and taught classes, or student no-show, or system IT, 600, at least greater than 600 peak time classes. Now remember, peak time is 7, 7:30, 8, 8:30 p.m. Beijing time. They have to be 600, so half of those 1,200 classes, 600 of them have to be in those times. That is kind of a bummer for international teachers, but hopefully they can make it work. Okay, number 4, and that's worth 20 points. Number 4 is that you must have less than or equal to, that is important, less than or equal to 2 teacher no-shows. So no more than 2 teacher no-shows of those 320 days that they're looking back through. And then, of course, and that's any teacher, that's not a teacher cancellation, that's a teacher no-show. So you just didn't come to class. The teacher number 5 is our teacher cancellation. So those cancellation rates. You have to have less than or equal to 0.6% cancellation rate. Now, in my past life, I was a math teacher. So just so you understand that, you can only have canceled 6 out of 1,000 classes in those 320 days. Just so you guys understand, while reading the fine print, usually when they calculate one of our six cancellations, they take them in groups of 3, like 6 cancellations before they seriously consider letting you go. They take them in groups of 3. Like if you cancel 3 classes, it actually only counts as 1. That is not the case here. Every cancellation counts as 1. So for instance, if you had something happen and you had 6 classes scheduled and you canceled 6 classes, those are your 6 for 1,000 classes. Now, please be aware, if you're teaching like 2,000 classes, that percentage would increase to 12 classes. The easiest way to figure this out is to just divide the number of cancellations you've had by the number of classes you've taught, and then change it to a percent instead of a decimal. And then finally, the last one is that you have greater than a 25% 5-star rating. This is just calculated by taking the number of classes you've taught and the number of 5 stars, 5-star divided by number of classes taught. It needs to be greater than 25%, not 25%, greater than 25%. You need to be very careful of the greater than, less than, equal to. all that in there. So now, awesome, you've met all these. Once again, these all have points attached to them. I'll attach the actual rubric that they have on the document so you guys can kind of see, but all these have points attached to them. Let me review them really quick again. Greater than a level 5 for over 300 days. So level 5 for over or equal to 300 of the 320 days is worth 40 points. Greater than 1,200 classes, 40 points. Greater than 600 classes taught in peak time is 20 points. Less than or equal to 2 teacher no-shows is 20 points. Less than or equal to a 0.6% cancellation rate is 20 points. And a 5-star rating greater than 25% is equal to 20 points. Now, why do these points really matter? This is where it's important to know your base pay, which is what you get paid per class before any of your bonuses hit. So if you have a base pay that's between $7 and $8, you need to score 20 points or more, and you need to have taught 1,200 classes in order to qualify for the raise. If you are a base pay between $8, so I'm sorry, the first one is from $7 and then including $8, you have to score 120. If you're greater than $8 and equal to $9, you have to do 140 or more in order to score 140 of those points or more in order to get the raise. And if you're at a base pay greater than $9 but less than $10, you have to get all the points and score 160. Of course, as I mentioned before, those of us who are at a base pay of 10, which I'm not complaining, are not eligible for the raise. Now, what is the raise? It's 50 cents. You get a 50-cent raise when you are approved for this, after you sign up and are approved for the raise after meeting all these requirements. Now remember, like I said, no reason to apply until October, because none of us, even if we applied on January 2nd for the new levels, like the levels 1 through 5, will reach 300 days. And you actually want 320 days so you have more room for like getting classes, getting parent feedback, stuff like that. None of us will be able to qualify because we haven't reached that. That level system wasn't even in place until January 2nd. Now, just another couple of housekeeping things to make sure you understand. Again, you cannot apply for this until you're on your 3rd contract. If you get approved for the contract, if you get approved and you get your raise, yay you, you can then apply again, so you get your 50-cent raise. You cannot apply again to get another raise for 2 more consecutive contracts. So they give an example on here. If you applied with your 3rd contract and got the raise, you can apply again to your 5th contract for the raise. Now, if you applied with your 3rd contract and did not get the raise, you can turn around and apply for the next time you sign your contract for the 4th raise in order to try again to get that raise, that 50-cent raise. So anyway, I hope I got everything. I hope that maybe makes a little sense. Maybe I confused you even more. Please, if you have any questions, leave comments down below. Also, go ahead and check out my Instagram. I'm a lot more available on there and willing to chat with you guys, but it's Carly Firth ESL. So at Carly Firth ESL, I'd love to hear from you guys, your experiences, things you're going through, but exciting. They're rolling out a bonus. Hope you guys do great meeting the criteria. And once again, remember, this really doesn't take place until October. So be working hard to meet that criteria so that when October comes, if you're on your 3rd contract, getting a base pay lower than $10 and having taught over 1,200 classes, you can go ahead and apply for that raise. Anyway, great talking to you guys. Please, like I said before, like and subscribe, and hope to see you around here soon. Bye.